Neville Goddard's perspective on reality is truly unique and thought-provoking. He believed that our imagination was the key to unlocking our full potential, and that we could use it to make our biggest dreams come true. But, unlike most people, he didn't believe in God in the usual way. Instead, he thought that our imagination was God, and that we could access this divine power by relaxing our minds until we're in a sleepy, self-hypnotic state. During this state, Neville would vividly imagine that his prayers and wishes had already been answered. He would act out his desired outcomes and make them as real and tangible as possible. In just a short 10 to 30 second scene, he was able to create a vivid mental picture of his desired reality. But as Neville warns, we must be cautious about who we share our desires with. Our logical mind can sometimes get in the way and hinder our ability to create the life we desire. By staying focused on our imagination and maintaining a positive mindset, we can open ourselves up to incredible possibilities. Join us as we dive into the fascinating world of self-hypnosis and the power of the human imagination. Neville Goddard's insights are sure to inspire and motivate you to unlock your full potential and live the life you've always dreamed of. Many of us believe in God, the one who makes all things possible. But what if we could take this belief a step further? What if we could bridge the gap between man and God and become one with divine power? The Gospel of John says the Word became flesh and lived among us. But it's a mistake to say it only lived among us. It actually lived within us. This means that the power and wisdom of God can live inside each of us, not just in one person. We all have the potential to be vessels for God's power and wisdom. In the Gospel of Matthew, it's stated that with God, all things are possible. But in the Gospel of Mark, it's stated that all things are possible to him. This leaves us with the question: can man with his own creative power make all things possible? The answer is a resounding yes. This creative power that dwells within us is our own wonderful human imagination, which is the very essence of Christ in man. Our imagination is what allows us to visualize and create the life we desire. As the divine body of Jesus, we are his members, and we have the power to create our own reality. When you say, "I am that," you are affirming your belief in your own creative power, and in that moment, you become the person you want to be. However, this can sometimes be a challenging process, as our senses and our reasoning may initially deny our desires. But if you can conceive of a scene in your mind that implies the fulfillment of your dream, you are one step closer to making it a reality. Your imagination is your ticket to a world where anything is possible. So, tap into your own creative power and let your imagination run wild. Believe in yourself, and you will be amazed at what you can achieve. Have you ever considered the idea that you can create your own reality with your thoughts? That's exactly what Neville Goddard believes. He claims that within us lies the same creative power that created and sustains the universe. And that power is none other than our imagination, which is the Christ in man. Imagine this for a moment. You can enter a state in your mind where you are already the person you want to be, and in that state, you are dwelling with Christ. You can feel the reality of it as if it were already true. But the challenge is, can you truly believe in the reality of your imagination? Can you believe that what you imagine in your mind can become a reality in your world? This is where most people struggle. They can imagine a better life for themselves, but they can't believe it's possible. They doubt themselves, and their doubts become their reality. However, Neville Goddard teaches us that if we can select a state in our imagination and truly believe in it, then we can bring it into existence. So, how do we do this? Neville suggests that we start by conceiving a scene in our minds that implies the fulfillment of our dream. We then imagine ourselves in that scene as if it were happening right now. We must approach this state in our imagination on the fiery chariot of our contemplative door. This means that we must enter this state with passion and determination as if our very life depends on it. And once we enter that state, we must remain in it. We must feel it, believe it, and know that it is already true. This is the resurrecting power of the universe which will objectify itself in our world. But we must first assume that we are in that state, and then our friends and loved ones will join us in our imagination. Imagine this. What if everything you wanted was possible? What if you could make it a reality just by imagining it? It sounds too good to be true, right? But what if I told you that it's possible because the same creative power that sustains the universe resides in you? That's right. Your imagination is the Christ in you. And if you believe in the reality of your imagination, you can manifest your desires. It may sound crazy, but it's true. I've experienced it myself. So don't be afraid to test yourself and see. Once you understand the power within you, you can help others discover it too. Because when we realize that everything is possible with the power of our imagination, the world becomes a limitless place. The power of imagination and the presence of Christ within us allows us to achieve all things that we can conceive. By assuming our desired state and truly believing in its reality, we can bring it to life and manifest it in our world. So my call to action for you is to start exploring and harnessing the power of your imagination and discover the Christ within you. By doing so, you can achieve your wildest dreams and live the life you truly desire. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on unlocking your potential with the power of imagination and faith.